Hi, my name's Peter. I'm one of the sports podiatrists from Shoes, Feet, Gear, Brisbane Podiatry. Today we're talking about big toe joint pain or bunions or bunion pain. So the biggest factor for these types of issues is the amount of bending that is able to happen through this big toe joint. So when we stand up, the foot flattens and lengthens, and underneath this big toe joint is a ligament or fascia that runs from the heel, underneath the arch, under the big toe, right to the tip of the toe. So we get you standing up here, and as we stand up and our foot rolls in a bit and flattens and lengthens, it tightens this big band that runs underneath the big toe, and that stops this big toe from being able to bend. So this makes this big toe and big toe joint really stiff. I can barely lift that off the ground. But if we tip our foot outwards and heighten that arch and take the tension out from underneath the foot and under the arch and under the big toe, that takes the tension out of this big toe and it can bend more freely. So with feet that roll in or the big toe lifts up and it tightens underneath here, that really restricts that big toe being able to bend. Being able to bend that big toe is really important for gait. So as we step, this big toe needs to be able to bend with gait. And the longer the stride we take, so the faster we're walking, the faster we're running, the more you need to bend that big toe. If it can't bend through there, all the force goes through the big toe joint. And if there's a lot of force through there, through that skin in that area, sometimes we get callus building up underneath these edges of the big toe joint and the big toe itself. But bone's the same as well. If we get a lot of pressure through a joint, it'll start to ache, so you get a deep achy pain towards the end of running or after running, and then the bone starts to get deposited on each side of that joint. Your body's response is to dump more bone there to protect that joint and make it stronger. So that's where this growth and bunion starts to happen. So if you have any problems with these big toe joint pains, we can act early and we can get rid of that pain and try and slow down that whole process. Come in and see us at Shoes, Feet, Gear, Brisbane Podiatry.